Years after a zombie outbreak destroyed an entire country, a small band of survivors is forced back into the quarantine zone for one last impossible two. We open with a lone zombie stumbling down an empty road before cutting to a family driving together. Marine Captain Jung Seok, traveling with his sister and her husband Chul Min, all heading toward an evacuation ship. Along the way, a bleeding stranger begs for a ride, but with visible wounds, Jung Seok refuses to risk it. And moments later, the man's wife appears, clutching a baby, pleading that if they won't help her, they at least take the child with them. Jung Seok still drives off without them, a moment that will haunt him for years. The outbreak, we learn, started at a biochemical plant, and it spreads across the country with terrifying speed, forcing a nationwide evacuation. Jung Seok makes it aboard the ship with his sister's family, expecting a straightforward voyage to Japan. But a crew member soon reveals the destination has quietly been changed to Hong Kong. Before Jung Seok can get answers from command, chaos erupts. An infected passenger has broken out inside one of the cabins. Jung Seok rushes to find his sister and discovers everyone in that cabin has turned except her, and she refuses to leave without her baby. He tries desperately to pull her free, but the horde closes in before he can save her. And Chul Min arrives just in time to watch helplessly as Jung Seok is forced to seal the gate, unable to do anything more. 4 years later, in Hong Kong, Jung Seok is dragged from his home by a group of gangsters and brought before their boss, where Chul Min is already waiting. The offer is simple but dangerous. Sneak back into the quarantined Korean peninsula, retrieve an abandoned truck loaded with $20 million sitting on a bridge, and split it evenly with the gang. With no better options left, they agree, and a small team, including 2 additional hired men, sets sail back toward the peninsula that's been sealed off from the rest of the world. Among the group is a woman who grew up in the area and knows its roads intimately, guiding them to what they believe is the right truck, only for Jung Seok to check the plates and realize it's the wrong one. Nearby, a massive glass office building looms, packed with wandering zombies who can't see them in the darkness. Soon they find the actual truck, packed with stacks of cash, exactly as promised, though none of them notice a young girl secretly watching their every move from a distance. When they try to clear a zombie corpse from the driver's seat, it suddenly reanimates and attacks Chul Min, and the resulting blaring horn draws a massive horde straight toward them. With no way to fight off that many, they make a break for it, speeding away in the truck, briefly convinced they're about to walk away rich. That celebration is short-lived. Someone tosses a flare into their path, drawing in even more infected. And in the panic to outrun them, the truck crashes hard. When Jung Seok comes to, he assumes the worst has happened to his crew, but Chul Min has actually managed to lock himself safely inside the wreck. Jung Seok, surrounded and fighting for his life, is saved at the last second when a car rams into the zombie about to kill him, driven by the same girl who'd been watching them alongside her younger sister. Her name is Junie, and she turns out to be an exceptional driver, weaving through obstacles and zombies with reckless precision, until they reach a safe hideout with her sister, calmly clearing debris from their path along the way. Meanwhile, the group responsible for the flare arrives at the wreck and makes off with the truck full of cash entirely. Jung Seok wakes up face to face with an elderly man, Junie's grandfather, who scolds her for coming back empty-handed and bringing a stranger instead. Soon after, Junie's mother arrives, and Jung Seok is floored to recognize her instantly. She's the same woman who begged him for help 4 years earlier while holding her baby. Though she doesn't recognize him at all, she points a gun at him, demanding to know if he's connected to a military unit called 631. Confused, Jung Seok explains he's only just arrived from Hong Kong, and she lays out exactly what unit 631 actually is. While Grandpa Kim tries to reach an old military contact by radio, hoping for rescue elsewhere, it turns out Unit 631 was behind the flare and now has the truck in their possession when they discover Chul Min hiding inside it. Their commanding sergeant orders him thrown into a brutal brutal survival arena. While searching the cache, one of the soldiers finds a satellite phone that suddenly rings. The gang on the other end doesn't care who delivers the money, only that it arrives, offering the unit's commander half the cash and safe passage to Hong Kong in exchange. Thrilled at a way out of the peninsula, the commander accepts without hesitation, while Unit 631 continues running its twisted entertainment, forcing captives like Chul Min into gladiator-style battles against released zombies for the soldiers' amusement. And Chul Min manages to survive one of these brutal rounds. Back with Jung Suk, he explains everything to Min Young, that they need the truck and the phone to signal allies waiting offshore and finally escape. After hearing his plan, she decides they'll infiltrate Unit 631 directly to steal both. Burdened by guilt over abandoning her family years earlier and struck by the irony that her daughters just saved his life, Jung Suk finally confesses the truth to Min Young, that he was the man who drove away that night. She's hurt, but tells him plainly that her daughters now owe him their lives. Regardless, before nightfall, they gear up, with Min Young instructing her daughters to stay hidden in the car and return home without her if she isn't back by morning, leaving Grandpa Kim to watch over them. Moving carefully through the compound, Jung Suk and Min Young locate the truck, but the satellite phone inside turns out to be damaged beyond use. A soldier stumbles upon them and under threat reveals Unit 631's plan to hand the truck over to the gang for money and an exit to Hong Kong. This is also how Jung Suk learns Chul Min is alive, forced into the arena's death games, and he immediately rushes to save him. Inside, he fights through wave after wave of zombies, while the unit's sergeant watches the carnage for entertainment. Nearby, another officer ambushes Min Young at the truck, but she narrowly dodges his gunfire and rams the vehicle into him, recovering the satellite phone from his unconscious body. Though the gunfire draws a massive horde toward the base, Jung Suk reaches Chul Min just in time, cutting a bloody path through the arena to free him. But the horde catches up again, forcing Chul Min to make a choice: flee or grab a weapon and fight alongside Jung Suk. He chooses to fight, holding off the horde just long enough for it to cost him everything. The sergeant guns him down before they can escape. Devastated at losing the last of his family, Jung Suk is nearly killed himself moments later, until Min Young arrives with the truck and pulls him to safety. Their escape draws every zombie in the area, blocking their path entirely until Junie shows up in a second vehicle, using her headlights and horn to lure the horde toward herself, while Min Young plows the truck straight through the opening she creates. Soldiers then flood the area with flares to track them, drawing in even more infected. On top of armed pursuit, Junie proves her driving skills again, weaving through chaos while clearing threats along the way. In one last desperate move, Jung Suk shoots out the wall of a nearby glass building, unleashing its trapped zombie population directly into the sergeant's path, and the horde ultimately overwhelms and kills him. Just as it seems they've broken free, the earlier officer resurfaces, ramming into Junie's car and holding her at gunpoint. For the truck and phone, in the scramble, her younger sister uses a remote-controlled toy car as a distraction, giving Junie the opening to fight free. But the officer fires at the girl instead, and Grandpa Kim throws himself in front of the bullet to protect her. Min Young tries to retaliate, but takes a bullet to the leg first. And though Jung Suk fires back, the officer still manages to flee with the truck, leaving the group shattered with their last chance gone. That officer makes it to the coast, but the moment he hands over the truck, the gang guns him down without hesitation. No longer needing him alive, mortally wounded, he manages one final act of defiance, backing the truck into the gate and letting a horde of zombies pour into the gang's compound, wiping them all out. Back with the survivors, Grandpa Kim is dying from his wound, apologizing to his granddaughters for failing to get them somewhere safe, and passes away as they grieve. Just then, a military helicopter appears overhead, the same contact he'd been trying to reach the entire time. Min Yong tells Jung Seok he still owes them everything, and that no matter what happens, he has to get her daughters out alive. He runs the girls toward the helicopter, clearing zombies along the way, while Min Yong stays behind, using the truck's horn to draw the horde off their trail. When they reach the chopper, the soldiers insist there's no time to wait, but the girls refuse to leave without their mother, and Junie even holds them at gunpoint until she's found. Realizing she can't make it in time, Min Yong prepares to end her own life rather than be taken by the horde. Jung Seok, understanding all too well what it means to lose everyone, refuses to let that happen again. He tells the girls to hold their ground and promises to bring their mother back himself, sprinting straight for Min Yong and firing a shot into the air to snap her out of her despair. She abandons the idea, fights her way out of the truck, and races toward him as he clears the path of zombies between them. Together, they finally make it back to the helicopter, and the group lifts off, leaving the peninsula and its horrors behind for good.